Okay, man. Ladies and gents, this is another segment and another episode of the LandmarQue Show. I'm standing here with arguably one of the best writers, best performers from the East Africa block. He goes by the name of Mbithi. Mbithi, how do you feel today, bro?
Feel blessed, man.
Feel blessed, man.
You look fresh. I like the shirt, man.
Bro,
Clean.
I like the way you look, bro. It looks like me and you followed the same script, bro. Brother from another mother, dog. You know, telepathy, bro. Great minds think alike, right? These people don't know, bro. Mbithi, man, I've been watching, I remember speaking to Robert, it must have been 2 or 3 years ago, man. And I was looking at the East Africa scene and the great amount of work that you put out, bro. So it's really, really a great amount of profound respect that I have for you, bro. But, you know, you may have been asked this question 1,000 times in Kenya, East Africa, even Tanzania, Uganda, whatever the case may be. But there may be people who will be jumping onto this podcast from Southern Africa who don't know who Mbithi is. You know what I mean? Yeah. So please holler at me and holler at the people in terms of introduction around who you are. First of all, what you are expecting for today here, what brings you to Moja Sounds brunch, and then tell us a little bit about who Mbithi is.
Wagwan, what's up, SA? What's up, world? My name is Mbithi. I'm locally known as the Kamba Boy. I'm from Nairobi, but I'm originally from a small town in the eastern side of Kenya. It's Ukambani. It's called Kangundo. Kangundo, yeah. I'm a singer, songwriter, rapper, filmmaker. I'm a creator.
All-round artist.
All-round artist. Yeah.
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 What are you looking forward to today, bro? Particularly this brunch, and what's in your belly? What are you anticipating?
A lot of fun and effectiveness.
Yeah.
For my performance.
Yeah.
And also just building an experience.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I like how the whole place looks like. The whole mood and feel. The weather is nice. It's Sunday, so the sun is trying to be out despite the rain being
trying to threaten
the rain threatening us. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to networking. Most importantly, giving the audience a good experience. Yeah. Looking forward to seeing you on stage.
Bro, same here.
Everyone on stage.
Yeah. You know, there's a question I like to ask artists, Mbithi. And that question is, you know, we make music, we write, right? And we make stuff that resonates with us and we drop it and we have the impact that we wish. But sometimes, as an artist, you hear a song and you feel like, damn, I wish I wrote that song. I wish I thought of those words. I wish I was on that particular track. Outside in your whole entire history of creation, have you ever come across a song that feels like Mbithi so much that you wish you wrote it?
I wrote Raylon by Papa Wemba.
Papa Wemba?
Yeah.
Raylon by Papa Wemba. Why?
Yeah. There's some soul that Papa Wemba, rest in peace, but there's some soul that Papa Wemba put in that I felt like I could have communicated it almost the same way.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
That's so powerful. You see, that's the power of this music, bro. You know, it kind of transcends ages. It transcends culture. It also transcends genres, which typically confine us, you know. I mean, Papa Wemba is a global icon, right? I mean, possibly one of the most iconic exports from Africa to the world, you know. And that something like that could be resonating with you so powerful just shows how powerful music can be, bro. Salute. And generally, what's your practice? What's your practice when it comes to creating music? Like, do you have any particular routines that you follow?
Okay. First of all, I need to be well here before I create in my head, and also I need to be in a space where I feel comfortable.
Right.
And also I need to listen to a lot of music before I write. I listen to a lot of classical and jazz music just before I begin writing. So it can be some old school hip hop songs or some jazz or some, I listen to a lot of African music like Yusundo and stuff. Yeah. So if I'm writing a rap song, I kind of listen to things that are non-rap, things, jazzical, classics music and all that, so that I begin writing, it's, I don't know, the creative juices flow easily. Yeah.
Bro, you know, I'm fascinated by something, and typically, when I say typically, I mean traditionally, people were really confined by styles, genres, and identities, right? Meaning, if you are a rapper, you are a rapper. You shouldn't be singing. It's almost like I would call it like a purist approach to creating music. But hearing you speak like this gives me the impression that you are an all-round music or musician, regardless of titles, regardless of categorizations. Would you say that that's the way that you embrace the approach to music?
Well, starting off, I used to box myself a lot.
Oh yeah.
And then I realized I'm doing God's work.
Sure.
And we are God's musicians.
Yeah.
See, this gift that we have been given, we are just mediums that are supposed to communicate to the world and get. So I started becoming a musician because as a musician, you become water, and the beat, the beat is the bottle. You get? The beat is the vessel. You get? So as a musician, you're water. You cannot really dictate. Plus, the minute you step into the studio, the minute you hear a beat, whatever feelings you want to communicate, they shouldn't be boxed into, you need to rap on this one, you need to write on this one. Plus, I ghostwrite for a couple of artists.
Right.
So even with that, I have to get into the artist's shoes so that I do not write as myself, but now I write in place of the artist. You get? So one, we're doing God's work. And since you're doing God's work, you're a God's musician. Since you're a God's musician, you need to not be fit into one thing. Just stand out. Well, you need to not fit into one thing and just stand out still, but still get to create the most. Because at the end of the day, I feel like how you make people feel. Because at the end of the day, music is very spiritual. It's super spiritual. So it's all about how whatever you write, whatever you put out, how it makes people feel and how effective it is to the individual and to the scale.
Oh, man, amazing, bro. Amazing. Like embracing the whole side of the fact that you are a vessel and you're doing God's work to use your words, and that God's work requires a multitude of avenues to get created, and the quicker you can adapt to being what is required for that particular moment, the better God's work can get done. Because then you stand in God's way, right? If you're saying, no, this is the way.
God did not make you to be a rapper only or just a singer only. There's so much you can do with the gift that you've been given. It's a gift. It's not everyone that has been given that gift of singing.
But don't suppress it. Baby.
No. I think it's because starting out, you might have started out listening to a lot of rap, so by default you start but as the moment you start developing your craft and also maturing your craft, you start realizing that you shouldn't really box yourself.
Amazing, bro. That's so refreshing as a viewpoint. One of the things that are always interesting for me is when I see the types of local infusions into the music that is being made, depending on where the music comes from and what you are hearing. Do you infuse a lot of your community, a lot of your history, your family, a lot of your culture into your music? Suppose that's a default thing.
Yes, most definitely. Because now, see, my alter ego is Kamba Boy, and Kamba Boy is Kamba is my traditional, is my language, is my native language. Yeah, so.
Kamba Boy in the field.
Kamba Boy is in the house. Kamba Boy over here. So definitely, because one, it gives me an identity of where I come from. If you're listening from Russia and you listen to this guy, you'll hear them English and Swahili. You saw this is Swahili, and then when you dig deep and then you hear me rapping in Kamba, you understand that this is a Kamba. And essentially, for my brand as an artist, I want to give you a tour through my culture, through music. and it's giving you a tour. Yeah, it's giving you a tour without really making you put them the safari boats and everything. Like you still look good, feel cool, and still have a Nat Geo experience with the music every time you listen. And yeah, I feel like as an artist, it's really important, especially for me, because it creates an identity for me.
Salute, bro. Yeah, after all, who are we unless or except for where we come from? Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's what really gives people a refreshing perspective. All right, my man. What has been your greatest lesson of the last 10 years, bro? As far as a music a participator, a creator, something that you've learned that you think, damn, man, I wish I knew this 10 years ago, because it would have perhaps changed anything or the outcomes that you have currently gotten at the particular moment.
Um, yeah, I think staying dedicated to your craft,
Yeah.
no matter what. The minute I realized that I'm God's musician,
Yeah.
I realized that it requires a lot of dedication to really develop that craft. I think that's the most important I realized.
It suddenly changes the level of seriousness to which you approach this.
Yeah, it changes a lot, because you realize that you're a vessel that has been put to the world. Because as a musician, that's why music is very spiritual, I repeat.
It's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. We are actually, we shape,
Playing with fire.
yeah, we shape eras, we shape people, we shape generations as musicians. So once you realize that you have that power to break and to make, you get, so it makes you get more dedicated to your craft, because it will be very wrong and sinful as a creative not to fulfill the plans that God has put up on you.
Oh, bro, that's such a responsible way to look at the gift that's been entrusted upon you, because as far as the fact that you are a vessel, but there's definitely an element of responsibility and accountability, because if you don't deliver on what has been vested upon you to do, you have betrayed the calling. Yeah, you've betrayed the function. You've betrayed the duty that you were supposed to render to your people.
Yeah, facts. I feel like we were not put on earth to do a 9 to 5 as musicians, as gods.
That's why it gets frustrating.
Yeah, that's why it gets frustrating, because man, we are God's musician. I repeat, it's important that we stay dedicated to this thing and feel and become and realize that we're responsible for what we put out and for what we consume, and also for what we put out. You get how we take care of ourselves mentally, physically, because at the end of the day, what is inside us is what we put out. Get, because the energy that we communicate is the energy that will be consumed by your listener, your fan, and somewhere outside the world. That's why people will hear a song and get saved. People will hear a song and commit suicide. People will hear a song and get married. People will hear a song and have sex. You get crazy.
Responsibility, bro. Man, it's the weight, bro. It's the weight. It's the weight of realizing that you need to carry this with responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. You know what I mean? You gotta understand that you're playing with fire, and you need to treat it as such, bro. How did you, from East Africa, we were speaking 2 or 3 days ago around the impact of COVID, this unnatural phenomena that got us locked in our houses, and changed the world. I don't know for the good or for the better, but it changed the world to some degree. How did Mbithi survive lockdown, bro?
First of all, it gave me a chance to introspect a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, and really look inwards and look into myself. That's time, because now the world stopped. And when you're idle, two things happen. Either you get towards the positive side of things or to the negative side of things. So myself, I started introspecting a lot and just learning myself. I was in a good and bad space. I was morphing into something else, and with that comes a lot of friction and pressure. So One, I started focusing into ghostwriting a lot because now there's no gigs. So as a way of making ends meet, started writing a lot of music for artists and also jingles and soundtracks for films.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of writing music and also a lot of introspection. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Salute, bro. What's next, Mbithi? What can we expect a new body of work? What are you currently working on now?
I don't want to be famous anymore. I want to be effective. Yeah. Yeah. So that sums up.
Is it because fame has got a cost?
Yeah, there's a lot of noises.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm hardly on social media. I don't even have them apps on my phone. I only have Twitter. But I want to be effective as a musician. So that means putting a lot of effective music.
Yeah.
Putting out a lot of effective experiences to my audience, to my community. I don't want to be local for so long. I want to be regional and global. So that's the long-term plan.
Simple.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to subtract from anything that you just said. I think that's a lovely way to conclude this wonderful discussion with my man Mbithi. There's so many things that have attached themselves to creating art. And honestly speaking, some of those things didn't exist. Hardly 15 years ago, these things were not there. We were creating music. We were being effective. We were touching communities. And all of a sudden, it's like we've become imprisoned by these tools that honestly didn't really matter. It's like they were never part of the thing.
Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson without everything.
Bro.
Without everything that is here now.
Bro.
People are doing more numbers than now. Yeah, man. So, man.
Really, it's been such a valuable exchange, bro. I want to thank you for taking this time. I hope that regional connection can happen. It's been a blessing, bro. Enjoy the performance today, and I look forward to having a good time, bro. Salute, my G. God bless you too, my brother.